the Hammer Down Racing Report. And now your hosts, Scott Hammer and Ron Miller.
Welcome, race fans, to the Hammer Down Racing Report for Thursday, September 14th. Show number 298.
Whew. Closing in on that magic number, Scott.
And we got some things we're working on for that.
Yep.
Well, should we share that next week? Because that'll be the last week before it.
Yeah.
All right, wait till next week.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Ron Miller, Scott Hammer coming at you live from the Hammer Down Racing Report studio. Wait, I'm sorry, the John Young Racing for Racing. John Young Racing for First Responders. Dave Kemmer studio. Hammer Down Racing. It's something.
It's the Hammer Down Racing Report studio, and welcome everybody.
Thank you for picking that up and carrying it. As I fumbled it all over. I was a Detroit Lion there. Congratulations on your Lions bet.
Yeah, buddy.
Winning last week. So,
yeah. And the Tigers finally won one today.
Did they?
It's a good time to be a fan of Detroit ball.
All right, fair enough. On the show tonight, we're going to speak with winner at Attica in his very final appearance. I put in quotes because you know how retiring race car drivers go. But
forever doesn't last forever.
Yeah, Byron Reed picking up the win there in what is said to be his final race. He's retiring after this year.
At Attica.
At Attica, yes. I believe he'll be in action this weekend, the Jim Joanne Ford Classic.
We'll find out more about that in a couple
because we'll be talking to him, Yeah, exactly. Also, a reminder, one more day to nominate the Hammer Down Racing Report. Actually, I guess this isn't a reminder because I forgot to mention it last week. But if you want to nominate us for the Best of Toledo, the Toledo City paper deal, we were nominated like 3 out of 5 times, I think. I don't push it too much, but feel free to nominate us. Go to our Facebook page. There's a post that's pinned there. I think tomorrow is the very last day you can send in your nominations. I don't know when they announce it.
But then we'll be begging people.
If we get nominated, then you got to put up with us begging you to vote for us every day.
Yeah.
So that we can get disappointed in February and find out that some podcast
Scott,
based out of Texas won the best local podcast.
Yeah, I've been kind of disappointed in how they handle that. Somebody in Texas talks about Toledo. That makes them a local podcast. No.
Maybe we can win in Texas. We should enter Texas ones. We'll talk about Texas. Dallas. There we go.
Okay.
We're good now. If you want to win a free window sticker, Hammer Down Racing Report window sticker, courtesy of DCR Graphics, just type in hashtag DCR in the comments of our Facebook Live or the YouTube Live if you're watching us on YouTube. Here's the sticker. Yeah, you can almost see that. Here, let's do this. Here's the sticker. There. See, Hammer Down Racing Board. Put that out. If you have a race car, too, you can join the Hammer Down Racing Army. We have a few more
I saw that.
People joined in on that, and Dale Cole's working on a cool giveaway sticker with everybody's name that's on it. Yeah.
Ooh.
That's in the Hammer Down Army. So we'll have more details on that when he actually prints them out. They look pretty cool. Yeah. I think it has your stuff on it too. It's got a lot of Ron Miller stuff.
As well it should.
It should. Absolutely. Contact Freeze Frame Photos for all your racing photo needs, from action shots to victory lane. They have custom magnets, can koozies. These guys, it's a coaster or like a coaster for your automobile.
It is. With a little notch out of it
Exactly.
so that it doesn't get stuck
it can be like
down
Pac-Man,
in the bottom.
so you can stick your finger in there and pull it up out of your cup holder. They have all kinds of custom items. And now that Christmas is coming, it's not that far away.
No.
You might want to talk to Charlie about getting some cool custom gifts that, racer or racing fan in your family would appreciate. You can get those custom calendars as well.
Racing-oriented folks.
There you go. Calendars as well. Contact Charlie. Just give him a call. He'll tell you everything that they have there. 419-476-9978. And he can get those done pretty quick, too, which is pretty cool. Freeze frame photos, special moments frozen in time. Ron Miller Race Cars in Lambertville. He's got race cars for sale. He's been selling cars, and we might have some breaking news a little later.
That's what I heard.
That's what I heard.
We'll see.
Safety equipment, parts, pieces, fixing front bumpers. He does it all.
Bumper recycling.
There you go. 734-856-7223 is the number there for Ron at Ron Miller Race Cars.
Yeah,
when your phone's working. You got new service, didn't you?
We've got
Who do you have now?
We've got AT&T and Scott. It's spectacular.
Okay.
I haven't had any issues at all.
That's good.
And it's just pennies more than what I was paying on the discount rate with T-Mobile, who didn't work.
There you go. So if you had problems getting a hold of Ron, you shouldn't have that anymore. It's all good. Also got to mention DCR Graphics, Dominator Race Products, and Oakshade Raceway, sponsors of the program here. Before we get to Mr. Byron Reed, we have a little bit of business to take care of from last weekend. How about we do our Racing Roundup?
Racing Roundup.
Let's turn that off there. Wait, if I look that way, nope, we're on the wrong side. I need you over there. There, okay. Video's good. Attica Raceway Park last weekend. Our guests coming up here in just a bit. Byron Reed picking up that win in the AFCS 410 feature there. His final appearance at Attica after 34 years of racing. He's an 8-time track champion. That was his 44th career win.
At Attica?
At Attica, correct.
I was going to say in his total career.
Yeah.
I know he's...
Do you think he keeps track?
I'm way over that.
Do you think he knows exactly how many he's won?
I don't know.
We'll
Maybe.
ask him. Cap Henry wins the track championship there. Ryan Markham won the late model feature. Devin Shields becomes a 5-time late model track champion. Casey Jedzerjak.
Yep.
That's what I said. 305 winner. That was his third win of the year, and Jamie Miller is the track champion in the 305s.
I think all he had to do was show up.
I think that's all Cap had to do, too. So that wraps up the season at Attica Raceway Park. Oakshade Raceway on Saturday night. Rusty Schlenk picking up another win. I believe that was his 5th feature win of the year. Jake Gamber picked up his very first Sportsman feature win.
Ooh.
Congratulations to him. Craig Dittman won the Dominator Superstock A-Main. Jason Deschler won the Compact A-Main. And Kurt Dickey, one of our Hammer Down Racing Army members, soldiers, drivers. Yeah. I don't know. We'll figure that out. He won the Dominator Superstock B-Main. Fremont Speedway on Saturday night. Cap Henry winning the 5,000 to win AFCS feature. And also, he got the championship there.
What a coincidence.
Yeah. For the AFCS, I should say.
Right.
Yeah, that's what Yeah. So he's got 2 championships, still trying to get the Fremont championship. He's got the Attica Fremont Championship Series championship that he got there at Fremont on Saturday night, as that was the final AFCS event of the year. John Ivey won the 305 feature.
And that was a really well-received feature.
I like John.
It's been
a while, hasn't it?
Oh, I think like 9 years.
Okay, it's been a while. He was due. Paul Weaver then won the AFCS championship in the 305s, and Jamie Miller won in the dirt trucks.
And it was really interesting that Paul Weaver won because his front wing tree, the support for the front of his sprint car wing,
I did see
broke,
that.
And instead of his wing facing downhill,
it was
facing uphill.
Did he fly going down the straightaways?
He soldiered on. It was less than spectacular, but he did what he had to do, and he won the championship.
Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Sandusky Speedway back in action this past weekend. Jason Stanfield won the Renegade feature. Clay Lusk winning the championship in the Renegades. Brooke Tucker won the beginner stock feature and the championship in the beginner stocks. Bobby Justice winning the pure stock feature and the championship as well in pure stocks. Joey Wyckoff won the All-American Iron feature. Brandon Bailey was the champion in that class at Sandusky. Butler Motor Speedway. Saturday was Trey McGranahan. He won the feature in the 410s. Dylan Nussbaum won in the mods. Cody Connor, street stock winner, and Austin Stone winning in the 4 cylinders.
Those are kind of new names for they've had winners, so good to see some new guys showing up.
Maybe. Hey, your camera disappeared. Did you see that?
Oh, no.
You're back, though. It's all good. Eldor Speedway, the World 100 weekend last weekend. Last Thursday, it was Hudson O'Neill and Bobby Pierce picking up preliminary wins. $12,000 preliminaries.
Yeah, just a
mere $12,000. Same thing on Friday, $12,000 to win. It was Brian Shirley and Bobby Pierce picking up the wins. Bobby Pierce did not have good luck, though, on Saturday night.
He didn't. Along with a few other guys.
There seemed to be a lot.
Right fronts. Oh, that was you.
That was my camera now. I don't know what's going on. It's crazy. And Yeah, maybe we'll talk about that a little bit later.
I think we need to.
Is there a tire issue with the late models, dirt late models?
It seems from what I've heard, the drivers are less than pleased with the product that they've been given.
Fair. The big win there in the World 100. World of Outlaw NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series, the Gold Cup Race of Champions at Silver Dollar Speedway Thursday. Kyle Larson picking up the win. Buddy Kofoid winning on Friday night. And Corey Day winning the $25,000 main event on Saturday.
Back to Eldora for a second. The 50-50 for the World 100 was a little disappointing. Only $98,000.
Is that all?
Yeah. After, I believe it was the Friday 50-50 that was
over 100. I heard
well over 100,000.
I heard somebody say something though that the Friday 50-50 had money rolled over from the previous year, previous something.
I don't know.
There's an additional.
Yeah,
I don't know for sure what that was. That was just what somebody told me.
But Saturday was a paltry $98,000.
That's very disappointing. A lot more than Hudson O'Neal won, unless he had the winning 50-50 ticket.
Ooh, that'd be a biggie, wouldn't it?
That would.
Yeah.
150. What was that? 53,000, 56,000 for winning in the 98. $150,000. That's not a bad weekend.
Yeah.
So the Tuscarora 50th, we mentioned actually last week, was postponed or canceled due to rain. Friday night, they did get some action in there. Tyler Courtney won. Saturday was postponed after qualifying. The makeup date has been announced for that. That's a $60,000 to win event. It's going to be on Thursday, October 5th, with another rain date of Sunday, October 8th, if they need to push it back again.
Ooh.
So tough weekend for the All-Stars. Hopefully, it shouldn't be a tough weekend this weekend. We got the weekend weather pit stop forecast. Spoiler alert, it's looking good.
I heard about that. We'll find out later.
ARCA Menard Series action. Connor Mosak winning the Sioux Chief Fast Track 150 at Kansas Speedway. The NTT IndyCar Series Firestone Grand Prix of Monterey. Scott Dixon picking up the win. Christian Eckes winning at the Kansas Lottery 200. John Hunter Nemechek winning at Kansas Speedway in the Xfinity Series, and the playoff field is set for the Xfinity Series now. So all three top-tier series for NASCAR playoff series have been set. Actually, several of them have been in motion for a while now, but now Xfinity Series, guys. We got John Hunter Nemechek, Austin Hill, Justin Allgaier, Cole Custer, Sam Mayer, Chandler Smith, Josh Berry, Sheldon Creed, Sammy Smith, Jeb Burton, Daniel Hemrick, and Parker Kligerman. Those are your playoff contenders in the Xfinity Series.
Fun to watch.
Tyler Reddick picking up the Cup Series win at Kansas on Sunday. I didn't get to see any of that this weekend.
I saw some. Yeah, I saw most of it.
Some other notes, the Castrol Full Racing Night in America, 4th annual One for the Road on Tuesday at Fairbury Falls, whatever you want to call it. Bobby Pierce picking up the win there.
Fairbury American
Legion Speedway, yes. Yeah. Did you watch any of that? See Hudson O'Neal get up on two wheels?
No.
Racing for the lead? That was pretty cool. That's where there's a meme going around now about the droop roll kind of thing.
Yeah,
I've seen several times.
I guess it was a good weekend for people getting up on two wheels. My favorite son did it.
Yeah. Motorcycling. Hammer down Army drivers this weekend. As we mentioned, Kurt Dickey winning the Dominator Superstock B main. John Young finishing second in that race.
Yeah.
Bolton Colton Cox was fourth at Palmyra in his go-kart, and he got the track championship in his class. So congratulations to Bolton Colton, the first Hammer Down Army driver to win a track championship. So he has
Won't
that
be
honor.
the last.
Probably not. Dale Cole Jr. finished 13th in the late models at Oakshade. Gary Cole did not finish. I don't believe, did he start? So he got a 21st is where he ended up. Karen Van Pelt, 5th in the box stock heavy at Palmyra, and finishing 4th in points there. Congratulations to her. Dave Gumby Jr. had some issues. He's one of our newest members of the Hammer Down Army.
Yeah. Bad ignition box.
Did he even finish?
He went out to qualify.
And that was it?
Yeah. Yep. He set quick time overall in the truck division. went out to run his heat race, and engine started sputtering and shut off.
That's why I didn't get a report from him, just a photo. And Corey McCoy, he finished third in that dirt truck feature at Fremont on Saturday. And Scott Hammer finished seventh in the Dominator Superstock A-Main.
I was going to talk to you about that.
About what?
Seventh. Kind of not up to your standards.
Did you see the car? Did you see the front end dragging on the ground?
So now you're going to tell me that aerodynamics are playing.
It was not aerodynamics. It was a bad push.
Okay.
Front end goes down. The front wheels aren't sticking because of. Never mind. We'll argue about that later. How about we give our guest a call here? First, got to mention real quick, Oakshade Raceway, where the fastest meet to race. OakshadeRaceway.com is where you can stay up to date on results, points, whatever. Just a few more races left this year. Follow them on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. This weekend's the Dominator Superstock Spectacular. I can't talk tonight. I should just go to bed. Dominator Superstock Spectacular, paying $1,000 to win. We'll also have sportsmen, late models, and compacts all in action as well. That's this Saturday night at Oakshade. DCR Graphics, they do wraps, specialize in banner stickers, die casts, window stickers, anything. Give Dale Cole Jr. a call, 419-308-9523. Check him out on Facebook at DCR Graphics. You can also get these window stickers. They're just $5. He'll mail them to you, bring it to the track, whatever. He won't charge you for postage. Just give him a call, order your sticker. You got a race car, slap it on there, and we'll add you to our Hammer Down Army driver list and report on your finish each and every week until that list becomes the entire show, and then we might have to cut that back a little. How about we give Byron Reed a call here? Let's switch some gears. So 34 years of racing for Byron.
Really?
Yeah. Like I said, 8-time champion there at Attica.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi, is this Byron?
Yep.
Hey, Byron. It's Scott Hammer and Ron Miller's Hammer Down Racing Report. How's it going?
Not too bad.
Good. First, wanted to say congratulations on win number 44 at Attica this past weekend. Finished second in the points there. How emotional was that to finish there with a win?
It was pretty emotional, you know. I've been racing there since 1989, and just got a lot of history there, and so yeah, it was pretty emotional. It was pretty couldn't have gone much better.
Your interview with Brian Lisky, I could tell that you got choked up a couple times, and again, congratulations. It was a very dominating win. It wasn't something you backed into.
Right. Yeah. It was a good one.
So what made you decide that this was going to be your last year racing?
Okay, so there was a few different reasons. Basically, my dad passed away actually New Year's Eve day of this past year, and so it was always a family thing. So that kind of, I don't know, put a little damper on it. But to be honest, I had made the decision before he passed away. And the other thing was I have a small business that takes a lot of my time. And then finally, basically, you know, I'm 50 years old. I've been racing for 34 years. And, you know, I just felt like I wanted to go out when I still felt like I was competitive. I didn't want to keep going until, you know, I was just hanging on. And so, you know, this kind of within that last race kind of, I don't know, felt like that kind of justified what I planned to do, what my planning was.
Gotcha. You're not getting any second thoughts after picking up that win, are you?
No, not really. Not really. I'm glad I did it. And I don't know, it just makes it feel good or whatever, but no plans to change.
Byron, a couple of weeks from now, does that mean that the car is going to be for sale, or are you going to be a car owner? Do you have any thoughts of putting someone else in the car and staying involved?
Right. So, I love racing. I've been racing myself for 34 years, and I've been a fan since I was about 5 years old. I want to stay involved in racing in some way, shape, or form. but being a car owner is not going to be it. I just feel like if I was going to put somebody else in the car, I would might as well just drive it myself because, this is the same amount of work, same amount of money and everything. So it won't be that. But the only thing that I've actually got nailed down that I want to do, I have one car that I actually have possession of that was the car that I won a bunch of races with in the 2008 to 2012 time frame. And then I've also have, I don't have it, but the guy that I sold it to is going to give it back to me or sell it back to me when he's done with it. It was the car that I won the Attica, Fremont, and Fast Championships all in the same year. And I'm going to kind of restore those cars just to have them. And then, I don't know. This is the more murky part of the deal. I want to get a car. I haven't got one yet. It's going to be more of a little bit of a, where I'll just look around and see what seems like would make sense for me.
Are you talking a vintage car?
Yeah.
Okay.
So if I was to have my ideal vintage race car, I don't want to get it like an old USAC car from the 1960s or something. Ideally I would like to get something that maybe I was on the same track with or whatever. And if I had to pick one car, it'd be the Sammy Swindell TMC car.
Okay, yeah.
If I could find one. And actually, I talked to a guy that actually has restored 7 of them from people, including the TMC family, the people that own the TMC trucking company, and Speedway Motors has a couple of them too.
I would have had you figured for a Jan Opperman guy.
No, he was before my time. Obviously, I've heard really good stories about him, but he was before my time. Yeah. So it'd be more of a Sammy Swindell type deal
that works
for me.
So would you consider running with a group like the Vintage American Race Cars, just doing some exhibition stuff? Or
I don't know. I haven't really thought it through that much.
Okay,
but maybe you never know. You never know.
Well, that kind of leads me to my next question. Is we've talked to a lot of drivers, race car drivers over the years, who say they're retiring, and then next year, like, hey, guess who's gonna be back on car this year? Is this set in stone for you, or is there an opening somewhere?
It's basically, I'm not gonna say absolutely 100%, but it's 99.99%. The only thing that I had somebody say that I guess Fremont. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Fremont too much, but they had like a Legends race or whatever a few years back. They had a few of them. Well, I guess they're going to do another one in, I don't know, 2 or 3 years. And I said I would do that.
Gotcha. Okay.
So,
all right. So
I would do that.
So it's not an etched in stone, I'm absolutely done racing, goodbye.
Well, from a standpoint of getting in a car, for a race where, I'm racing against, 18, 20-year-olds or whatever.
Yeah, I understand.
It's so close to etched in stone that you can darn near start carving the stone, but I don't want to flat, I'm going to leave myself 1/10 of 1% chance.
So somebody came to you with a very competitive ride and say, hey, I don't have a driver for the Brad Doty coming up in a couple of weeks. Would you mind filling in for him?
I doubt I would even do that.
Okay.
To be honest with you.
Okay.
If I did, if I was ever to, it would probably be in my own stuff if I came back out.
No,
but I don't think that. I'm 99.99% sure that won't happen.
Okay. While we're there, have you ever driven anything other than the family car?
Yeah, I have a few different occasions. I drove years back. I actually drove Bob Hampshire's car one night. I drove the. I don't know if you guys knew the Johnny Vance Champ car. I drove that at Eldora one time.
Sure.
And maybe one or two other things, but not too much else.
So how did you get into racing 410 sprint cars?
So how that came about, my mom and dad, my dad especially, they were just race fans when they were younger. They would watch, your Raleigh Beals and Leo Caldwell's and just different guys from that era race. And then when they got married and got going with their life, they kind of got away from it because they were busy, forging out a life for themselves. And then when I was very young, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 years old, we had some cousins that were just kind of general race fans. Actually, they were more into drag racing than anything. They asked us to go to Oakshade to All-Star race, and we went to it. And that was back when, the race was won by Lee Osborne, if you guys remember him. And
Sure.
then Danny Smith was there in the Gambler House car, and actually Mark Egan was there. So when I went to that with my dad, it just sparked something in me. And from that point forward, it was just racing was just pretty much all I thought about till I was, probably I would say till I was about 28 years old. That was like my everything I thought of, everything I wanted was to do with racing.
I kind of taken back that I didn't realize that the All-Stars actually ran a race at Oakshade ever.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I did not know that. That must have been before my time there. Cool.
Yep.
So in your 34 years of racing, I'm sure you've been to many different tracks. Is there one that you really look forward to going to most?
So speaking of that, we actually was driving home from the races one night, and we was kind of counting, and I've raced at about 65 different tracks. And it's funny now, you're getting old, because I think there was at least 5 or 6 tracks that I raced on, like multiple versions of the track.
Sure.
So as far as the track that I look forward to the most, I guess you'd have to say Attica. I mean, I just for whatever reason, I've always, well, not for whatever reason, for the reason of that it's a competitive track, and most nights you didn't have to start right up front, and you could still have a chance. So, and I don't know, I just like the atmosphere. I like how they ran the show. So I would say Attica is probably my number one.
Okay.
Chuck G., one of our listeners, wants to know who builds your engines.
So Kistler Engines from near Fremont. A lot of us in this area are very fortunate that basically I would say the number one engine builder of sprint cars in the whole United States, maybe the world, because they sell them to Australia too, is Kistler Engines, right 45 minutes away from us in Fremont. And they built my engines since, let's see, I would say 25 years they've been building my engines.
Nice.
Very good. There you go, Chuck. There's your answer.
Yeah.
So in your 34 years, I'm sure you've had a lot of memorable nights. Is there one that sticks out as one that you wish you could forget?
One I wish I could forget. Well, obviously I had some major crashes at Eldora, which were definitely forgettable. But probably it's kind of an odd one, but I was a race. We was racing an all-star race at Florence Speedway in Florence, Kentucky.
Yep.
And it was, Ron's a late model guy. That's a big late model track.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I was killing them. I was leading by a straightaway, and just the car, everything was perfect. And it was the very weirdest thing. I come up on a lap car, and then it took me a little bit to pass them. And before I knew it, the second place guy got by me, then the third place guy got by me. Well, what I didn't realize, the track was taking rubber in the bottom groove, and I had been running the top groove the whole race, and I was by far the fastest car, and I didn't realize that the track had took rubber. And by the time I guess didn't want to give up thinking the top groove was still good. Well, before I realized that I was seventh. So I went from leading by a straightaway to seventh in about 2 laps. So that's probably, I would say that's the most disappointing race I've had.
Yeah, but the racer's mentality is that you got to go with what got you there.
Right. Well, that's what's hard about being the leader.
Absolutely. Leading a race is one of the hardest things you can do.
Right.
I don't have much experience at that, so I can't weigh in.
My ideal scenario is to take the lead on with about 2 to go. That's about ideal scenario for me.
Perfect.
Nice.
Yep.
So this weekend, you're running the Jim Joanne Ford Classic?
Yep, I sure am.
Okay. And what's your very last race going to be?
It'll be the following Saturday at Fremont. Their season champion night will be my last race.
Gotcha. Is there going to be a big party afterwards, a retirement party, or what's happening?
Not that I'm aware of. There's nothing that I've set up anyhow.
Okay. Well, maybe some of those classic cars you restore could go to the Hall of Fame there they have at Fremont.
Yeah, that's possible.
Very cool.
Yep.
No, I was listening to one of your interviews. You did not get a chance to do a certain thing after you picked up the win at Attica, and you're hoping you're able to do that at Fremont. You know what I'm talking about, and you want to?
Yeah, oh yeah,
Okay.
Yep. So, what was kind of somewhat anticlimactic about the race last Friday is, which I'm glad it happened after the checkered, because it was nice to not have to go through a bunch of restarts when leading. But so as soon as the checkered flag waved, a couple guys crashed and one of them flipped, and they had to immediately put out the red flag. So I had to stop on the track, and probably the last, I don't know, 20 or 30 of my wins, I had a little deal where after I took the checkered, I'd make one more lap and I'd try to wheelie down the front straightaway, and I didn't get to do that because the red flag came out. But so hopefully I can get a chance to win another one, and I'll try to pull a wheelie down the straightaway.
There we go.
Well, you got 2 shots to do it this weekend at Fremont then.
Yeah, definitely. Like I always say, with the All-Stars, it'll be very tough, but the biggest thing is to get yourself qualified, because if you have to start behind all those guys, you're not going to win. But if you can start in front of a lot of them, you have a chance.
Gotcha. Now, you talked about running with a lot of younger kids, younger drivers. I shouldn't call them kids, younger drivers. Who are some of them that have kind of caught your eye that you might keep your eye on going forward in their careers?
Started.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, around our area, I feel like Bryce Lucius looks pretty strong, but very strong actually. And then I did get a chance. I raced one of those high limit races at Kokomo Speedway, and I got a chance to see Corey Day from California firsthand, and he is pretty impressive. I can't. The most talented guy I ever saw starting out was Kyle Larson years back, but this Corey Day is not too far away from him. He looked pretty awesome. So I would say on a national level, it'd be him, and on a local level, I would say Bryce Lucius. Darren Nida is another kid that's coming up.
Darren has actually much better lately.
Yeah, and actually, Mark Keegan's son Mike is doing really well too. So a lot of the 305 graduates are starting to do pretty well. Oh, and also there's another kid, Casey. I never say his name right, but it's Jederzak, I believe.
Jedrzak.
Jederzak or whatever.
See, it's not just me. It's not just me. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, he's pretty talented too. You can definitely tell he gets in some cars and all of a sudden that car's running better, and he gets in cars that he hasn't drove before and does well. So I would say those guys are ones to look out for.
And a lot of those you mentioned are drivers that come from California. Buddy Kofoid came from California. Macedo came out here, was running. Is there something about the drivers from California? Do they have an unfair advantage?
Money.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I would not say money. Basically, obviously money helps, but they are talented. I know, like Carson Macedo, for example. He came out here to race, and he didn't bring anything, and he did really well. And I don't know Corey Day. I don't know much about his situation. I do know I actually raced against his dad, Ronnie Day, years back, but I don't know much about his situation. I know he's in a great car with Jason Myers owns it, and I don't know. Money only gets you so far, and that talent's got to get you the rest of the way. And I think a lot of those guys have it.
Got it.
Speaking of well-funded, your car doesn't have any sponsors on it. Is there anybody that you need to thank?
It actually does. Crown Battery. They've been a long-time sponsor of mine from Fremont. So they're a sponsor for me. Other than that, Kistler helps me out, and I don't know. There's a few other small ones, but that's about it.
One question I know we've asked a lot of some of the late model guests we've had on that have been running for a long time, like Jerry Bowersock. I think we asked him this. Technology. You've had a long career, so you've seen how. Has it changed a lot with sprint cars? How has the technology changed from like 1989 to 2023 in sprint car racing?
To be honest with you, I don't really think it's changed a whole lot. I think it's very similar to how you set the car up, and there's been some changes, not just different things we focus on, like you used for maybe 10, 15 years ago, you'd put on a shock, okay, for example, and it's, I don't know, not to get too deep in the weeds, but like a Pro Shock, it was a number 5, number 6, and you would just put that on, assume it was good. Well, now you're dynoing all your shocks, and you're worried about the pounds of resistance at 1 inch per second, 3 inch per second. There's a lot more finer adjustments on the shocks. But really, from a technology standpoint, I actually would almost say that maybe we've gone. I hate to say gone. I wouldn't say backward, but so I was around before the weight rules were in place, and so it wasn't. I believe it was around 2001 or 2002 when they started doing weight rules. And prior to that, people were really getting pretty crafty on ways to reduce the weight of their cars. And I feel like there was a little bit more ingenuity back then than there maybe even is now. Right. Yes. I guess that's the way to say it. It's not no different. Like listen to the NASCAR guys, there was a lot more creativity and more time spent on building cars 10 years ago. Now this new car, it's just a cookie cutter car, and you can't do much to it. And I wouldn't say that we have complete cookie cutter cars, but just with the weight rule and that, it's just, you can only do so much. Now the motors, obviously they've gone from when I started, your motor was 700 horsepower. Now they're 950 horsepower. So that's a big change in technology, but really in the end, I still say you're dealing with all the same stuff that I was 20 years ago.
Yeah, that 950 horsepower makes the wheelies a little easier.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Well, we hope to see you doing some wheelies this weekend. Our guests that we have on, they typically go on to win their next race after being on the show, or the race after that. So you got 2 shots this weekend, and luck should be on your side, man.
All right, that would be great if I could pull it off.
Oh, we'd love to see it.
Yes. Yeah, definitely want to see the wheelie there. And we appreciate the time and wish you the best on your retirement.
All right. Well, sounds good. I appreciate you guys having me.
Yeah, I'd like to see you get choked up on the mic again when Brian Lisky interviews you.
Yeah. All right.
Ron just likes to see people cry. I don't know why.
He didn't cry. He held it back really well, Scott.
Gotcha.
Right.
Well, cool, man. I know you got a lot of fans. I mean, I remember going. I don't get to get out to Fremont too much with running Oakshade all the time. But one time I went out there, the first thing one of the Fremont guys asked is, "Do you know if Byron Reed's here tonight?" This was a few years ago. I was like, I don't. I just got here. I don't know.
Right.
So you got you got a solid fan base. Anything you want to say to them as you kind of bow out here in the next few weeks?
Just appreciate all the support over the years, and I definitely, like I said there at Attica, it might sound cliche or whatever, but you got to admit when you're in victory lane and everybody's cheering for you, and that it's a pretty good feeling, and definitely something I'll miss when it's over. All
right, man. Well, go get some more checkered flags this weekend.
All right. Sounds good.
Thanks, Byron.
All right. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
There you go. Byron Reed picking up the win in his final appearance at Attica. Maybe, he's got a couple more weeks, I guess, at Fremont, but maybe the last time with the All-Stars this weekend. So we wish him luck.
Well, if you're going to win one, you might as well make it a big one.
Sure. Well, it was a pretty big one with the Attica Fremont Championship Series on last Friday. So, cool. I got to mention Dominator Race Products. Do you have Dominator Race Products on your car, Ron?
I do.
Oh, me too. I have broken Dominator Race Products because I broke it. But I can get new Dominator Race Products. Ultimate body panels are now in stock. They have all late model and mod panels. They have stock car panels, nose pieces, bumpers, supports.
Classic Camaro noses.
There you go. The Killer Z noses, I believe is what they're called. Hoods, fillers, doors, quarters. You can order direct from DominatorRaceProducts.com. Give them a call, 419-923-6970. Dominator Race Products also available from your local reputable race shops as well, such as Ron Miller Race Cars. So you can give him a call. Got a little bit of racing news to do here. Then we're going to give away some Big D's Pizza with how many. And don't forget to pop in that hashtag DCR in the comments of the Facebook Live or the YouTube Live for your chance to win that window decal this week. Hammer Down Racing Report window decal, that is. You know anybody from 614 area code? Isn't that Columbus? I don't know who that is. Phone lines are not open, so we're not going to answer that call. We are, however, going to go on here to do some racing news.
Latest racing news.
In conjunction with the NASCAR Foundation and colleague giving, colleague as in colleague racing, KAULIG. Thank you. The ARCA Menard Series took part in Speedy Bear Brigade earlier this week. They donated dozens of teddy bears to children's hospitals in the Toledo area on Tuesday. Series representatives made stops to distribute the bears. They also distributed racing-themed coloring books, crayons, and die-cast race cars to young patients at both Mercy St. Vincent's Children's Hospital and Russell J. Ebide Children's Hospital? Ibid?
Yep.
I hadn't heard of that one. Where's that at?
Yeah.
Is that part of Toledo?
ProMedica.
Okay.
I believe.
Name looked familiar, but anyway. NTT IndyCar Series announced on Sunday a unique made-for-TV racing expedition. Exhibition. I can't talk tonight, man. Exhibition during the 2024 season, the special event from sunny Southern California will offer a $1 million prize to the winner, and will receive a network broadcast showcase on NBC. Race day for the $1 million challenge is set for Sunday, March 24th, with an NTT IndyCar Series Open test and qualifications to take place Friday and Saturday, March 22nd and 23rd, right before that. So, I don't know, kind of an exhibition race, so non-points race. Would that be like a preseason game that pays money?
But it's with the traditional IndyCar cars?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
You
said open
competition.
Yeah. Whoa, what are they doing
Open
there?
test. Open test.
Okay.
Like it's open for forbidden, I don't know.
Okay.
On Friday night at Eldora Speedway during his preliminary feature, did you see this? Ricky Thornton Jr., he was leading and cruising during a caution and headed directly into the back of a packed safety truck.
Yeah, I want you
Turned at the last moment.
I want you to go out and hit the pace car.
He did that, but it wasn't the pace car. It was just a safety truck. Just a few feet before making contact, he looked up because I guess he was communicating with hand signals to his guys in the infield.
Yeah.
About something with the motor, or I believe that's what it was. And he looked up just as he was heading into doom, as the article says. It says doom. Thornton Jr. made an abrupt left-hand turn and was able to avoid contact with the front end of his machine. However, he caught the taillight of the safety truck on the left rear with the right rear spoiler of his late model. Taillight of the safety truck was knocked out and plastic pieces were spread across the track, and cleanup was extended, but he didn't get any penalty for hitting that or anything. Is there a rule that's written that says you can't hit?
You can't hit the safety truck? I don't know.
I mean, do you need a rule that says that? I mean, obviously it wasn't on purpose, but
yeah.
Still, it could have been a safety issue. That was one of those freak weird deals. Previously suspended NASCAR National Series driver Noah Gragson has filed an entry for this Saturday's ASA Stars National Tour Glass City 200, presented by DTS Drivetrain Specialists and Courtyard by Marriott at Toledo Speedway. Gragson will team up with Rhett Jones Racing, co-owned by Terry Jones, a former ARCA late model sportsman champion at Toledo Speedway, along with 2009 ARCA Menard Series Championship crew chief Mark Rhett. On Tuesday, NASCAR announced that the suspension on Noah Gragson had been lifted. He had liked something that was he shouldn't have on social media.
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly what it was, but yeah.
So he went on Facebook. Somebody posted something.
A meme, I think it was.
Yeah, and he hit the like button, and they got
suspended. And he lost his ride, actually.
Right.
Gragson has not announced any deals to get behind the wheel in 2024. Legacy Motor Club, who he used to drive for, is making a switch to Toyotas in 2024. They have already signed John Hunter Nemechek as their new driver. So
that's crazy.
Yeah, well, he's already found a ride for this weekend.
Right.
At Toledo. It ought to be a pretty good race, actually. Shane Van Gisbergen. Gisbergen. The dude from, where is he from? New Zealand?
New Zealand, yep.
That won the Chicago race,
right.
Cup Series race, his first race. Yeah.
I think he's leading or has won the
sports car series that he races in North.
V8 Supercar Series in Australia. Yeah.
Well, he wants to run NASCAR, and he has signed a deal with Trackhouse Racing that will have him competing in select NASCAR Cup, Xfinity, and Trek Series races next year, plus some late model and other. It said, and other races. I don't know what that means.
What kind of cars does Trackhouse have?
I don't know.
He'll probably be in them.
Other races.
Yeah.
So pretty cool stuff there. And that's it for racing news tonight. And no Hammer Down hotline this week. Just a lot of telemarketing calls. Actually, 34 seconds of nothing.
Really?
Yeah, there was like 5 phone calls of just 34 seconds of nothing, and it said suspected spam. But if you want to call and leave a message for us on the Hammer Down Racing Report, we'll play it back as long as it's racing related and not spam. 419-318-3081, 419-318-3081. Call or text anytime, day or night, and if it's not within an hour or two before our next show, we'll probably play it back on the next show. Or the following show, I should say. So there you go. HammerdownRacingReport.com if you need that number as well. I had a phone call earlier tonight. There's a podcast network that's interested in picking us up.
Really?
Yeah, it means more commercials, though, so I'm not sure about that. We kind of got our own thing going here.
Ed? Does it pay six figures?
We get, it's a revenue sharing thing.
I see. Okay.
They would insert commercials during certain parts of the show, and it wouldn't be on the live broadcast. It would only be on the podcast part.
Okay.
So I don't know. Maybe I should take a Twitter poll, see if we should
go national.
Come on, we're international already. We are worldwide.
We are.
We would just have some more other podcasts. They do a lot of like F1 stuff, but they want to get into NASCAR, I think. And
really? Okay.
They want to kind of intermingle their
now,
racing podcasts.
Would they be dictating our content?
Oh, no.
Okay.
Not at all. No, this would still be our show. We still have our own sponsors. They would just, the benefit is that they would be selling sponsorships across their network of racing podcasts.
So they've recognized that we are one of the premier
that's definitely
podcasts.
That's definitely it. That's
good to hear.
Yeah.
I like to hear those things.
And one other podcast, I think their main one right now is a Formula one based out of Australia.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, okay.
We'll see what
and F1.
We'll see what that looks like.
F1?
We'll bring the listeners on the ride with us to see if it's something, because this is their show too.
Yeah. F1's a big deal in Australia.
Is it, how many races do they have in Australia?
I don't know,
F1?
but the fan base is huge.
Okay. I think that's my kid in his room playing on his computer. Yeah.
Background
so that
noise.
means it's time to play How Many and a chance to win a Big D's Pizza. How about we do that? Or do we have breaking news yet?
Yeah, let's do some breaking news.
Oh, we got breaking news. Wait. Now it's official.
Okay. Anybody interested in getting into late model racing, give me a call. The number 35 late model is for sale. It can be bought as a roller or a complete turnkey, or if somebody is interested in an all aluminum 421, I could sell just the engine. But changing gears a little bit, Scott.
You're not retiring now.
No. I'm still a dedicated racer, having way too much fun racing.
Dave says he could get a pay raise if we do the network thing.
Yeah.
Yes, 100%, Dave.
Double it. Yeah.
200% raise. Anyways, go on.
No, I'm kind of disappointed in the direction that late model racing, and any of our listeners that have been around a while know that I'm not pleased with the direction late models are heading. And I'm not throwing any stones at the racetracks, but the return on investment is nowhere near what it was a few years ago. And I know the racetracks are facing their challenges, racers are facing their challenges, and I'm just in a position where I can afford it, but I choose not to. But I still will be racing at a racetrack near you.
And that's also not to say that if your car doesn't sell, you will be racing it still before the end of this year.
Oh, absolutely.
The late model. Okay.
Yeah. But if somebody showed up tomorrow with a fistful of money, yeah.
Then your car, and it could be race ready.
Absolutely. The absolutely fresh engine just went in and was fired up today for the first time. So.
Okay.
There you go.
Moving on, before we do get to how many here, I forgot to bring this up at the beginning of the show. Our tote board for the Showdown Series.
Oh, this is exciting too, Scott.
We got the Showdown Series, Corey McCoy's deal, featuring the Dominator Superstocks and the Fremont Dirt Trucks. Those are the main constituents of that.
And a few other.
Factory stocks at Toledo, the American
classes.
Iron at Sandusky, the Dirt Track Truck Series, four-cylinders. They're eligible for. They're all invited. They can be part of the. It's basically a bunch of different classes that are similar mashed together.
Yeah, bring your rule book because you will be teched according to your rules. And if you've been breaking your rules during the year, you could be in deep doo-doo.
If you want more information, we had Corey on the show last week. Check out last week's show. He kind of went over the rules, or get a hold of Corey McCoy. We can get you in contact with him if you need to. But right now, the Oakshade event coming up on September 30th for the Super Stacks, Fremont Trucks, and everyone else is up to $1,200 to win. When we had him on last week, it was $1,000 to win. Now it's up to $1,200 to win. He'd like to still bring these both up.
Right.
So this is just the current tote board. So you still got 2 more weeks to a little over 2 weeks. If you want to add some money to the pot, he's also willing to take some money for special races like Australian Pursuit Race, the what was it, the pick race, match race, whatever you pick. If you got an off the wall thing, he'll choose race. Yes, if you have an off the wall idea, Corey will probably be willing to listen to it and probably will go with it. Yeah.
And the late models will be along with both of those.
Yeah, topless at Oakshade, and then normal UMP late model rules on the 6th at Fremont. And the Fremont Superstock Truck Showdown Series. We're calling it the Showdown. It's just easier instead of naming 100 different classes. Is up to is 2,100. That's where it was last week. Still at 2,100, and
that's for the stock cars and the trucks, the combined class.
The winner.
2,100, and it's not a Dolly Parton payoff. It's not top heavy. It's paying well back through the field.
Correct. So again, if you want to add to that, you got a business you want to promote, get a hold of Corey McCoy. He did this last year, put it together. It was only at Fremont last year, and it turned out with, what did he say, 48 vehicles showed up, and it was a pretty competitive race. So
yeah, the top 10 was 5
trucks, 5 stocks.
Right.
So looking forward to seeing how it's going to work out at Oakshade, too, this year. That was actually pretty fun to compete in. Now, let's give away some pizza. How about we do that?
Yeah.
We do the how many?
How many?
Last week's how many was how many late models were going to be at Eldora on Friday for one of the preliminary nights of the World 100.
Right.
102 late models were qualified, I do believe. You said 108.
Yep.
We're very optimistic. I said 99. Corey, when he was here, said 94. So, boom. I was closest.
Boom.
But our winner, who was even closer than me, picked 100. That's Scott Bowen.
Really?
Yeah, Scott Bowen wins a free Big D's pizza. He has 30 days to claim his pizza there from Big D's out in Clyde. Scott Bowen, once again, congratulations. Yeah. You are the winner of a Big D's pizza. This week, a little more.
Good guess.
Yes. This week, a little more complicated. This one involves math.
Ooh. That's not your strong point. And you won.
Yeah. Arnold says, big mystery, what class Ron Miller will race in 2024.
There you go.
Wouldn't be a certain kind of vehicle you've been building a lot of the past few years.
You just never know.
Okay.
Might be a couple of them.
All right. Fair enough. So this week's how many? How many All-Star Circuit of Champions, 410s, will be at Fremont Friday night? Plus, how many Dominator Superstocks will be in competition for that spectacular $1,000 at Oakshade on Saturday? So the number of 410s.
The Superstock Spectacular at Oakshade.
Saturday. Plus the number of All-Stars at Fremont on Friday. Tomorrow night.
Okay.
That total number of the combined vehicles. So
we've got up until
we'll say 4 o'clock on Friday to get in. So if you're listening to us on the podcast, you can put your guess in. Just head over to our Facebook Live video and put your guess in the comments. You're listening to us now, you could do that. Again, so here's an example. This is not right, but say there's 20 All-Stars at Fremont on Friday and 20 Superstocks at Oakshade on Saturday. So you would guess 40. So just put that total number in. That's your guess. I know it's pretty hard because there's a lot of math here, a whole plus.
I certainly wouldn't guess.
I wouldn't guess 40, though.
Guess 40.
Yeah, I don't think 40 would be enough for even Oakshade. Yeah. And once you put in your guess, you're locked in. So you might want to think about it first. So here we go. I have to put in my guess. I'm going to break it down. I'm going to say 48 Superstocks plus 32 All-Stars. So that would, what is it?
80.
That's 80. Thank you for, I was almost 10 off.
Ooh.
So I'm going with 80.
Ooh, and Scott
picked 80.
Bowen.
Our
Ooh.
winner of Big D's Pizza this week.
He's going for the double
Actually, that
header.
looks like 8-0. I don't know if that's an 80. That might be an 8-0. We'll give him 80.
We'll give him 80.
Okay. All right, what do you got, Ron?
Yeah, I'm going 81, buddy.
You're going higher. Okay, you're picking the over. So is Nancy. She's got 90 there. So, again, if you're listening on the podcast, not listening to us live, you can still get in on this chance to win a Big D's Pizza. Just get that guess in before 4 o'clock on Friday. Once you guess, you're locked in. You cannot change your vote or your guess. If I see a little edited in the comment there, you will get the black flag.
Yep.
So whoever is closest will win. If we have a tie, we'll spin the Big D's Pizza wheel to figure out that winner. Still a chance to win a Hammer Down Racing Report window sticker, hashtag DCR. Got a couple minutes here before we do that drawing. If you haven't typed in hashtag DCR in the comments and you're checking us out live, then you have time to do that. Just type hashtag DCR just like it is on the screen there. Let's check out our Big D's Pizza racing menu for this weekend. I think we got a pretty good menu for this weekend.
This weekend's Big D's Pizza Racing Menu.
So, Fremont, tomorrow night, Friday night, September 15th, Madison Motors Jim Joanne Ford Classic, featuring the Tesla's All-Star Circuit of Champion 410s and the dirt trucks. Gates open at 4 p.m. That's when we'll cut off the guesses for this week's how many. Racing will start at 7 p.m. on Friday. General admission, $25. Eldora Speedway is something I forgot to take off because that was the World 100 from last weekend.
Yeah.
So Fremont Speedway, that's what you got on Friday. Saturday night, Toledo Speedway, 35th running of the Glass City 200 featuring the ASA Stars National Super Late Model Tour. Pretty big names in that
Yes,
race
sir.
coming up. As we mentioned, Noah Gregson, Bubba Pollard. Who
yeah.
else was in? There was a few other big names. So I think Ty Majeski was one of them. I was going to try and get Ty on the show, but they have the truck race tonight at Bristol, so
yeah.
he's a little busy. So yeah, a lot of big names in that. Factory stocks will also be in action at Toledo Speedway, as well as Late Model Sportsman Season Championship. Gates open at 11:15 on Saturday. Racing at 5 p.m. General admission's $30 there at Toledo Speedway. Oakshade Raceway, Papa Boiler Dominator Super Stock Spectacular. $1,000 to win for that. Late Model Sportsman and Compacts also in action. Gates open at 4. Racing at 7. General admission $14 at Oakshade. Fremont Speedway, night number 2 of the Madison Motors Jim and Joanne Ford Classic. It was, I believe it's $6,000 to win on Friday night for the All-Stars. It's going to be $10,000 to win for the Tesla's All-Star Circuit of Champions on Saturday. 305 sprints in action on Saturday as well. So you have 2 classes Friday. You got the trucks and the All-Stars. Saturday, it's the 305s and the All-Stars.
Right.
So make sure you get that straight. Gates open at 4 on Saturday, racing at 7. General admission, again, $25 there at Fremont Speedway. Butler Motor Speedway, season championship night with the 410 sprints, UMP modified street stocks, 4 cylinders. Gates open at 4, racing at 7:30. General admission, $15 at Butler on Saturday. And finally on Saturday, Waynesfield Raceway Park. It's the challenge at the field, not the battle at the field. They updated it. It's the challenge at the field now. Featuring UMP modified stock cars, compacts, and dirt trucks. Gates open at 5, racing at 7:30. General admission, $15 there as well. Other series action this weekend. Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series will take place in the Lucas Oil Late Model Nationals at Knoxville Raceway in Knoxville, Iowa. That's tonight through Saturday. The World of Outlaw NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series. Tom Tarleton Classic at King Speedway in Hanford, California, Friday night. That's September 15th. Then it's the 49er Gold Rush Classic at I always say this wrong. Placerville? Whatever. Speedway in California as well. That's on Saturday night. Arc Bernard Series in action. Well, they were in action. They probably are done by now. They started at 6 o'clock tonight. That race was on FS1, and maybe Dave can give us an update before we go off the air here as to who may have picked up the win in that Busch Beans 200 at Bristol earlier this evening. NASCAR Truck Series, as I mentioned, in action tonight. It's the UNOH 200. That'll be starting at 9 p.m. on FS1. Xfinity Series action, Food City 300 at Bristol. That's tomorrow night, Friday night at 7:30. Already did.
I don't know what that means.
Dave, what does that mean, Dave? Already did what? You already sent me a thing or a text? Anyways, the Xfinity Series Friday night, 7:30. That race will be on USA. I don't know where he.
While he's fumbling through his phone, Dave, you really could have.
Oh, there it is. He said right up there. I just had to scroll up. William Sawalich won the ARCA race at Bristol and the ARCA East Championship.
Ooh.
So thanks, Dave. Yeah, and right there, you did it again. Next time we'll scroll up. It's our bad, Dave. Cup Series action. It's the Bass Pro Shops night, the night race at Bristol on Saturday, 7:30. That also is going to be on USA. So a lot of racing at Bristol this weekend. Kestrel, nope, that was this past weekend.
That was Tuesday.
Man, I didn't do a good job at even taking these off there. So that's it for racing action this weekend. Weekend weather pit stop. What's the weather looking like?
Scott, if you're going to a race this weekend and there's no reason not to, it's going to be nice. Bring a jacket with you. Bring a sweatshirt. Bring a hoodie. You're going to need it. The nighttime temperatures are going to be maybe 50, maybe lower or upper 40s, but it's going to be...
I think it's supposed to be a little cooler tomorrow night than Saturday, isn't it?
Yeah, but only a degree or two. So it's still going to be chilly, but it's going to be nice, warm, sunny weather during the day. Just dress accordingly, and you'll have a great time at the races this weekend. Unless there's something going Sunday, and then it might rain a little.
I don't think we have anything going on Sunday.
No, I don't think there is.
At least around here.
But the next 10 days looks really good, Scott.
Yeah, I saw that earlier tonight. Looks like it's going to heat back up.
Yep, into the
for
80s,
Saturday, next Saturday.
Sunny, and yeah.
All right, how about we draw for that window sticker?
Yeah.
Everybody that typed in hashtag DCR, if you haven't, you better do it right now because I'm going to switch over to the drawing here. Let's do this. And we're going to pick that. And now we will draw for this week's winner of the Hammer Down Racing Report window sticker courtesy of DCR Graphics. And away we go.
Boy, bunch of entries.
There was quite a few here this week. And Josh Schoenauer is the winner this week.
Good.
Congratulations, Josh. You got yourself a Hammer Down Racing Report window.
I got to believe he could pick that up Saturday at Oakshade.
Probably could do that, or if you prefer, you can always pick it up from Ron Miller Race Shop.
That's it.
During the week. We'll put your name. This pen is not going to work on it. All right, we'll figure that out later then. Post-it notes. That's about it for this edition of the Hammer Down Racing Report. Thanks to our associate producer, Dave Kemmer, contributors John Young, Bob Stazak. Make sure to like us on Facebook. Follow us on X, otherwise known as Twitter, at Hammer Report. Follow us on YouTube as well. You can listen to us on your favorite podcasting platform, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio. Check us out at hammerdownracingreport.com. There's a store on there. There's shows you can listen to us. There's ad info. Did we ever have Ron Allen on the show?
Well,
I swore we talked to him, and then it's because
so.
Somebody asked the other day if we had Ron Allen. I was like, yeah, we talked to him, and then I couldn't find it.
In 300 shows, who knows?
I thought we did. Maybe we, and then the only thing I could think of is maybe we were going to have him on and something came up and couldn't do it. So maybe we'll have to get Ryan Allen on again. But 300 shows, there's a lot. You can find all of them at hammerdownracingreport.com. Also, make sure to rate and review us, share us with your friends. That helps us out as well. Thanks to our sponsors that keep us going each and every week. DCR Graphics, Dominator Race Products, Oakshade Raceway, Ron Miller Race Cars, Freeze Frame Photos. And if you're interested in being a sponsor of the Hammer Down Racing Report, send us a message or call the Hammer Down hotline, 419-318-3081.
Scott, I was going to ask some of our listeners to give us some feedback on whether they thought we should go with that national podcast program. Would we have time constraints or...
No, nothing would change. But from the listener standpoint, nothing would change. I mean, they'd still get the show the same place.
Spots.
Other than there'd be like an unnatural break. Like we'd have to choose a part of the show where a commercial would be inserted, a commercial or two.
Would that offend you, or could you use that for a potty break, folks?
Yeah, maybe we'll put up a Twitter poll. So if you're not following us on Twitter, I'll get that up after the show here. We'll put a poll up for a week, and
very good. We want to know what you think.
Yeah, if that's going to be a hindrance to have that extra commercial in there, not like our live commercials that we do now. This would be like a regular radio commercial.
Break.
Yeah, that we would make probably just a couple bucks on or something. So I mean, it's not like. Yeah. I'm not going to be hurt if we don't do it.
But another $1,000 a week would be.
But
cool.
it'd be nice to network with some of the other shows and maybe do some cross pollination, as it's called, because they might need us for a NASCAR thing or something. So, yeah, make sure to follow us on Twitter. We'll get that up there. Thanks to our guest Byron Reed. God, I can't talk. Byron Reed this week.
Thank you, Byron.
Hopefully we get to see you do a Byron wheelie.
That'd be so cool.
At Fremont. Maybe twice. That'd be even cooler. So make sure to tune in next week, 7 o'clock. We'll be back, and I'll get my talking working correctly fixed. Broken now. We go. Time to be done. Okay. Get out and support your local track. We'll see you next week.
Please do. Season's coming to an end. Get out there.
All right.
You have been listening to the Hammer Down Racing Report, available on demand on iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting platform.